Hi, this is Alkan, and welcome back to my channel. Well, we have an interesting development in the mayoral race. Andrew Cuomo is running for former governor is running for mayor of the city of New York, trying to replace Eric Adams, and then all of a sudden, he gets sidelined by a story that came out about him having a relationship with someone, and he's pointing his finger at the Attorney General of the state of New York, Tish James. He says she leaked out information. Yeah, it's the same Letitia James that went after Donald J. Trump is again going after Andrew Cuomo. Isn't that lovely? It's almost like if someone from behind the lines would have a saying the woke versus the woke, something like that. Or you know woke, I don't know which one it is, but it is kind of hilarious. Anyway, it goes like this. It's from New York Post. Cuomo claims longtime foe, New York Attorney General Tish James, leaked testimony in an alleged relationship with his top aide to boost mayoral candidate. And I know she's not doing it to help Andrew Cuomo. By Vergon Golden. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name wrong. So former Governor Andrew Cuomo is blaming longtime foe Attorney General Tish James after the Post reveals sworn testimony that he was having an emotional relationship or romantic relationship with his then married top aide Melissa DeRosa. In a statement provided to the Post, Cuomo spokesperson Richard Azapari accused James of leaking the unredactable testimony, even though the document is publicly available through an archive page of the AG website. He claims it was a plot by James, whose office was found in 2021 that Cuomo sexually harassed 11 women, leading to his resignation as governor to kneecap his comeback for New York City mayor. As James, the Post previously reported, has been pushing behind the scene for City Council Speaker Adrenia Adams to enter the Democrat mayoral race. And no, I do not care how I pronounce her name. I'm an equal opportunity insulter, by the way, which the Queen's poll did earlier this month. This is transparently a play for Tish James to prop up her favorite candidate, Adrenia Adams, who is polling just 4%, and she saw be investigated for her continued abuse and lawfare in her office. Pasado wrote, again, I apologize. The Post exclusively reported Thursday on the unredacted transcripts from the Attorney General investigation to then governor, in which a former aide, Josh Valsisto, testified that Cuomo Lieutenant Melissa DeRosa had confided in him about a relationship with their boss. Interesting. There was a conversation with Melissa where she told me at one point that she had an emotional romantic relationship with the governor, Cuomo. You didn't think it was the current governor, right? I hope not. Versato said under oath on June 7, 2021, in a portion of the transcript that was later redacted by the Attorney General's office. This was redacted, and how did it end up publicly? Versato said that Rosa told him that she and the governor had not had sex, and we were not crossing that line or something like that, according to the transcript. Then why are you talking about it? Both Cuomo and DeRosa denied any deletions. I don't know what the hell that means. Cuomo has also extremely insisted he never sexually assaulted anyone and continued to fight the claim in court. The attorney office declined to respond Friday to Cuomo's allegation about a plot to harm his mayoral campaign. But a spokesperson for James previously told the Post that Vasado's unredacted testimony was posted erroneously online before it was replaced with a correct file. Why do I smell a rat? An unredacted transcript was accidentally posted for less than 2 hours during the initial release of these files. The office immediately removed the unredacted version once it was discovered, the statement said. Yeah, but somebody has a copy of it who shouldn't be having it. James, a fellow Democrat, with quotations, please, has been Cuomo's nemesis since a special prosecutor brought on by her office concluded in August 2021 that he had sexually harassed employees and his staff retaliated against him. Cuomo, who claimed the Attorney General's investigation was politically motivated, voluntarily resigned a week later. James announced her intention to run for governor 2 months after Cuomo stepped down, but she soon withdrew as an incumbent. Kathy Hochul emerged as a frontrunner and chose to run for re-election instead. Since his resignation, the three-term Democrat has dragged James to court on several occasions, including trying to force her to hand over tons of investigatory material related to the sexual harassment investigation. The Attorney General has been pushed by Democrats to consider a run for City Hall itself. The Post reported last year as embattled Mayor Eric Adams faced a deluge of calls to resign. And why were they asking for Adams to resign? Because he's helping the helping the Trump administration with ICE deports, and they didn't like that. Before then, they didn't say jack crap, right? So campaign finance records show that James contributed $175 to the campaign of Gina Adams. No relationship to the mayor. Yeah. A little-known Queens politician's relative late entry into the race has proven to be an uphill battle as she struggles to build up momentum and her campaign coffers, with Cuomo consistently dominating the polls. I mean, it's like you have an 8-car train R42s with 3 cars with dead motors trying to climb up a steep hill, and you can only get up to 15 miles per hour. Not good odds at all, folks. Not good odds. The council speaker was dealt a major blow earlier this month when she failed to raise enough money to qualify for matching funds. Ooh, what a shame. Ooh. Yes, that's for you too, Letitia. As the Post first reported Thursday, Queens Democrat Chairman Gregory Meeks is set to endorse Cuomo over the weekend. Meeks, also a congressman, represents some of the same predominantly black neighborhoods in southeast Queens as Andrea Adams. Well, if you can't convince the congressman, then why bother? Queens native Cuomo has been leading in the polls since his March 1st entry into the race and even prior. A poll released earlier this week had him at 38% of likely voters. And there's one thing I have to say on top of all this. We had several political figures involved in some kind of scandal, sex scandal, so on. They had to force to resign. When they try to run for another office, usually they flop, including Elliot Spitzer. But if Andrew Cuomo does succeed in becoming the next mayor of the city of New York, it will be the first time somebody involved in a scandal like this would overcome to get into office, other than the original office where he got in trouble with. That would be the first time in New York in a very long time. I mean, Jimmy Walker couldn't survive a scandal. Some other folks couldn't survive scandals. He'd probably be the first one, and he'd probably be the one who could do it. This is not an endorsement, however, of Andrew Cuomo, unfortunately. I'm thinking Curtis Sliwa. So, because frankly, I don't know what would happen if Andrew Cuomo did become the mayor of the city of New York and you had Kathy Hochul in Albany. How's that dynamic's going to work? Because it's going to be like the engine is roaring, but the wheels are not turning. So that's all I can say. So long for now, and don't forget to stop. Some of these folks have.